Well, welcome back, fellow YouTubers, toy and toy train buffs, to surprisingly another installment on the Edge of Town layout. First of all, big shout out and thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. I do have a couple things going on at the moment, and mostly with the slightly larger layout, the Milwaukee Northwestern. But for those who are not familiar with my smaller micro layout, the Edge of Town, welcome. This is it. The Edge of Town, I was honored to have the Edge of Town featured in the May 2021, just a few months ago, Classic Toy Trains cover photo and feature article. And it's all about this micro layout, which measures 40 inches by 60 inches. It started out as a portable display that I took to train meets about 20 years ago or more. I dropped out of the train scene. The board itself was laying on edge for many years. And then about, I don't know, in 2016, was it? 2017? Somewhere around there. I forget. It's just a number. But some years back, I decided to rejuvenate it. Added legs and some buildings, and I ran it as a total tin plate, total toy kind of layout. All right? And that's the way it was for a couple of few years until I decided to start adding details and turned this into somewhat of a high rail layout given the limitations of, well, toy trains. I think I've done okay with it. And I have a bunch of projects still planned for it. However, like I said, I was kind of getting more involved with my somewhat larger layout this year. And I haven't done any updates and any videos since July of this year. So 5 months ago was my last video on the Edge of Town, Edge of Town train layout. All right. So what did I do? Well, I got off my duff and finally more or less finished this American Model Builders AMB All American Gas Station. That's what they call it. Okay. This replaces the Littletown plastic station I had here for some time. I don't own that anymore. I sold it. And hi, Ray. Shout out to Ray. How you doing? Hope you enjoy this. This is what's replacing the Littletown station that you got. All right, so there we go. There's some interior details at the moment. Like what I did is I opened both bathroom doors so that people could see, when I get ready, that is, people could see like the toilets and the sinks and whatnot. Okay? There's no lights in the building yet. Lights on my buildings will be kind of, another project. All right, so I wanted this small station because it's not nearly as long or as wide as all of the other plastic stations on the market. Whether it be Plasticville, Littletown, Marx, K-Line, as small as they are, I wanted and needed something smaller. And this is what I thought would fit the bill. Why? Well, first of all, you see that it obviously doesn't take up as much toy train layout real estate. And, excuse me, once I move this pickup truck out, which I will eventually, that'll free up this area in here for exterior details like a grease rack and, well, that's it mostly. I'm thinking of putting in an overhang here attached to the station, and under which will be the grease rack and, you know, the tire changing area and all that kind of stuff. I have to see first how I want to do that. I took the Marx or K-line fence out of here, and for right now I put it here. This is railroad property, and this is the guard shack for the or gate shack for the signalman or whatever. So I'm gonna find a way to delineate railroad property from private property or whatever. All right. So this is temporary. Thinking right now what I'll end up doing is scratch building a small fence. I like the basic look of the Marx / K-line board fence. Nothing wrong with it. It's small. It does its job for, like I said, delineating space. All right, and that once I build that, then I'll have to scenic this area. Oh, by the way, this is not really finished. Besides the lights inside, I got some more interior detailing, as well as, let's take a look. Checkerboard pattern, linoleum floor, toilets, wash basins, mirrors. But I want to add more detail into the sails area, as well as I want to add some weathering to the structure. All right, weathering. Well, that's on crooked. I don't want to turn it into a ramshackle, old, broken down gas station, but I want to show use. You know what I mean? It's been around for a few years, could use a little maintenance, but it's not totally run down. That's what I have in mind at the moment. All right. So that's what's in the works for this area. Weathering, fence, ground cover, whatever I need to do to turn this area into, you know, plausible looking place. Next, okay, you see that backdrop back there? That's from PGH Train Fanatic. I had ordered several, and as well done as they are, they didn't fit. The ones I ordered simply didn't fit the theme or look I'm going after. And I noticed the other day while surfing eBay that he's got some more now that with a more rural, a little bit more rustic look to them, that I think they'll do better. Ultimately, though, I'm not going to have buildings there. I'm going to have them there, and I've already decided on the look I want for this corner. Right now, it's kind of ratty and natty because it's, hey, there's nothing been done to this corner for the last 20 some years. Alrighty. Again, I'm saying all this to kind of bring you up to date, as well as for the new guys, the new subscribers, showing you the kind of things that have been done in here. I'll tell you what, let's start with, for your new subscribers, here's what I did. I took Plasticville Freight Depot, cut it down, weathered it up, did this here, added this, and turned this into a rural flag stop station. Also, it could also be used as a drop-off place for milk for the farmers in the vicinity. This is the town of Deercrest, a fictional town in, let's say northeast Wisconsin. Anyone familiar with the Shawano area? So this would be around, let's say, Black Creek, Bonduel, Cecil, somewhere in there. But my version. Alrighty. So, rural Wisconsin. So I did that. I also modified a Plasticville fruit stand. Now you see it says Deercrest Fruit Ranch. And while that seems rather an odd name, there was in fact a fruit ranch in Milwaukee. They had a couple locations. They were big, like farmers markets, fresh produce, grocery stores. They were really big. Fruit Ranch as a business still exists. It's in a much smaller location, only one location, probably not much bigger than that building right there. And they sell gift baskets, retail and online. Fruit Ranch. When I say gift baskets, I mean like food, all right? Wisconsin, cheese, sausage, all that kind of stuff. Alrighty, that was the second modification I've done to buildings for this layout. Then I took a Plasticville corner men's store and turned it into a bar. I had Mike Cedril, M. Cedril is his seller's name on eBay, custom make this Ed's Tap sign. What he does is he makes the signs, but I think, I'm trying to remember now, it's been a while. I think his original one said Joe's Bar or something, I don't know, whatever. Ed's Tap is an homage to my dad. There for a couple of years, and I don't know much of the history about it because they never really talked about it a lot. But apparently Dad had owned a bar, Ed's Tap. And somewhere here, and I think I showed it on a previous video, I still have the little tokens from his bar. So this is an homage to my dad's bar. Okay. Then we have Plasticville Freight Station. All right, you see this end portion here with the stairs? If you cut that off and add this housing to it, you got yourself a flag stop station. Okay, there you go. But I took this, didn't do much more than add details. If you look inside there, I had that tool bin in the scrap box. Don't know where it came from, what other building it may have come from. But all I did here was add details. Then, taking a couple of Lionel junkers, a junker flat car, junker crane, and modifying them, I turned this into a crane on flat car loading dock. Alright. Now, I have not ever seen a prototype for a flat car with this type of enclosed cab crane on it. I have seen pictures of flat cars with what they call jib cranes. Pardon me. Oh, must have been something I ate today. I don't know. Anyway, I have seen, sorry, I have seen photos of a jib crane on a flat car, but not one of these. So this is total fantasy, unless I can find a picture of one. But it works. I like it. It works. It's pretty cool. So those were special mods and builds that I added to the edge of town to give it its own look, my own creative stamp. Alright, now for the train. This year I'm running my Christmas train. I'm running one of my Christmas trains, so I've got 3 so far, well 2. One on the Milwaukee Northwestern layout, and I'm going to run one here. Let's bring this forward. Okay, last year I ran a Marx Christmas train on my Christmas setup when the Milwaukee Northwestern that I'm working on now was still just a blank board. This is before I decided to turn it into the Milwaukee Northwestern. And I had a Marx train running on that. Now, my engine gave up the ghost, and I just put it to the side and haven't worked on it. When something breaks, I put it to the side and move on. Life moves on. All right? That's what I do. And one of these days, one of these years, perhaps the next millennium, I'll get around to fixing stuff like that. So I don't have a Christmas-specific engine and tender. What I do have is this really nice-looking new Marx or modern Marx train, the red Marlines engine and tender from their work set. They had the work train, or whatever you want to call it. It's the work train. It's a really long train full of all kinds of really cool cars, which I have to feature one of these years. It takes me a while to get around to things. All right. So what am I running? I've got a bunch. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 custom cars. Look at it. That's gorgeous. All based on Marx cars, redone. I bought these many years ago off Fleabay. This is a modern Marx, new Marx car. This is a custom. Another modern Marx. And this is what serves as a caboose for the train. Another custom. I love these cars. These custom cars were, especially the caboose and that one right there. That's worthy of a Macy's Day Parade. I tell you what. It's super. So I'm running it on the edge of town, even though the layout itself is not decked out for Christmas. So okay, that's fine. We're going to run it anyway. Because, heck, I live in Las Vegas. Except for lights on the houses, there's no snow out here. I mean, it doesn't, it's Vegas. It's desert. What the heck? So I'm going to stop my yammering, if I can, and run trains. Well, beautiful looking engine, beautiful looking train. I really do like this. Let's bring her on home. Okay, that's terrific. Well, that'll wrap this up, maybe for this year, unless I decide to do another session. But it gets busy here. I do what I do when I can do it. And I do thank, again, all my new subscribers. Thank you for all the older subscribers who have been with the channel for a while now. And that is the latest here, the latest update on the Edge of Town layout. I do appreciate. I know it has a small but loyal fan base, as it were, and I do appreciate it. I didn't really realize that until this past month or so, and some of the messages and emails and comments on my other videos made it quite apparent that there's people out there that like this little thing a lot. And wow, I never really realized that. If you like it, if you like what you see, if you like micro layouts, let me know. Leave a comment. If you're not currently a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And until next time, as always, tschüss, adieu, auf Wiedersehen, bye y'all.